Hello, Calvary Church family. Today is Wednesday, February 1st. Happy February to you. I hope you take the time to read through this email. There's lots of great information here and links to how you can get involved in the opportunities. First thing I want to say is welcome to Becky Buckley. I hope you've heard the great news by now that Becky Buckley has accepted the position of Family Life Team Lead on the Calvary staff. So we are thrilled to have Becky join us. Also, I'd ask your prayers for Jake Swain, our youth team lead. Maybe you've heard that he was hospitalized last week with what turned out to be cellulitis, a bacterial infection in his foot. Jake had successful surgery on Sunday. He had a follow-up procedure yesterday, and he's doing well. And we're all praying that he might be released even by tomorrow, Thursday. But please pray for a full recovery for Jake. The other big news is that as of today, our annual report for 2022 is published. This is a copy of it. In fact, this is the only paper copy of it. It's quite a large document. It runs to 72 pages. We really don't want to print too many copies of this, and so I'm going to tell you in a moment how to get online and access a PDF copy to read. It's a wonderful document. An annual report, it's not as boring as it might sound. It's actually a really exciting document to read because I believe it tells God's story, the story of what God has done in and through his people at Calvary over this last year. We have these reports dating back many, many years, and together they tell the story of God at work here in Golden. So yeah, please do read this report. Here's how you can find it. If you go to our website, which is calvarygolden.net, and then navigate to the annual meeting page, either by clicking this button at the top of the page, or if you're looking at it on a smaller screen, you might have to navigate by the drop-down box on the right. But once you get to the annual meeting page, there's a button that says 2020 Annual Report. If you click on that, in a separate browser window, the annual report will open up and you can read all 72 pages there. So again, please do find the time to read this wonderful document. The other news is that this coming Sunday, February 5th, we will hold our annual meeting, the 156th annual meeting of Calvary Church Golden. We'll start at 12:15 in the Great Hall with a potluck lunch. So please, if you're coming, bring some food. Bring enough to share with your friends and your extended family here at Calvary. There will be a nursery and childcare available after we've eaten together through the end of the meeting, which we aim to wrap up at 2:30 on Sunday afternoon. If you are planning on coming to the annual meeting, the best preparation you can do is to read this report. So follow those instructions I gave you earlier to get online. Read the report. And, you know, at the annual meeting, we have to take care of some business. So certainly look at the financial reports from last year, which you'll find towards the end of the document. On the very last page, you'll find the budget, the budget for this coming year, which vestry have passed and which we will ask you to approve at the annual meeting. So it's really helpful if you've done that preparation instead of seeing those numbers and that information for the very first time at the meeting. Take a look at the report and get prepared that way. We will also, at the annual meeting, look ahead to 2023. And we'll think about how God's story is going to continue because, of course, God's story never ends. We'll specifically be thinking about some financial responsibilities that we have to address. And if you want to be prepared for those, then I direct you to page 58 of the annual report, where you will find a report from the financial leadership team, page 58. And there they spell out some of these financial responsibilities. Part of it is a medium-term loan that was part of the financing of the plaza and parking structure. That's coming up for payment. We must do something about that. And then there's also some deferred maintenance issues. Again, we can't kick the can down the road any further. And so we have some decisions to make. And back in the summer, the financial leadership team made a recommendation to vestry that we enter a discernment process around these responsibilities. And that's what I'm going to be bringing to you at the annual meeting for a broader discernment of the entire Calvary body. We'll begin that conversation at the annual meeting. We won't complete it. There's too much to talk about and consider. And so we've planned some follow-up meetings so that that conversation can continue. And we'll give you those details at the annual meeting. So if you can attend on Sunday, February 5th, it'll be a great time. If you can't, lots of love to all of you. And I hope to see you soon.